Bill, what is the biggest story of the week?
Well, this is no joke, Beck. I'm not being facetious. It's there is no...
Not kidding.
There's not a recession. All of this talk about the GPS coming in, the GPS doesn't indicate we're in a recession. It indicates that the diner is 2 miles away. So the GPS doesn't matter. We're not in a recession. It's no joke. Here's the deal. The deal is that I don't know anything about the economy, and why would I know? Because I don't know anything about anything. I'm president, and the only reason I'm president is that everybody voted against Trump, and that's no joke.
It is crazy, Bill, how many words he has redefined.
Yeah.
He's redefining all these words that just disagree with him. It is 2 quarters of contraction. We have always known that. And now he says, no, because of other things. There's no way we're in a recession.
Yes,
it doesn't matter, really.
It doesn't matter. This, in fact, is not a recession. It's a depression. It's far worse than a recession.
Wow.
Now, look, how many times have we spoken, 2 of the smartest guys in the country, me and Stu, how many times have we said to the Beck audience, he doesn't know what he's doing. He just doesn't know. So right now at the southern border, 5 times as many illegal migrants are coming to the United States than happened in the last year of Trump. Yet Biden said, no, we don't have a border problem. No, it's secure. So, it's almost like...
This is one of the things I do want to talk to you about. The D.C. mayor calling for the National Guard to indefinitely help with bust-in migrants.
That's right.
They have, I don't even know, 4,000 of them, and they say Washington is crippled and can't function. How many hundreds of thousands are in Texas now, and they don't want to give us any help?
No, and the D.C. mayor, she's appalled by these migrants actually coming to the nation's capital, but she supports the open border. So I'm not quite sure. But you know what I love? Here's what I love. So my organization, as you and nicely pointed out, on BillO'Reilly.com, we did, on a daily basis, we ask the White House questions. We send things into their press office. And one of the things we sent in is, are you going to do anything about the airlines that they can't get off the ground? And under Trump, we didn't have this problem, but why do we have it now? And are you going to do anything about it? So I'm being facetious. This is a joke. They come back and go, we don't have an airline problem. Those migrant flights take off on time every time. They just zip into the air. What are you talking about, O'Reilly? You don't have any problem. We get those migrants.
There's no congestion at the airport.
Clockwork.
Right, at 2:00 in the morning, the airport is clean. They get right on the plane.
And there's no security. We don't have a security problem. Why don't we just put them on there? So look, the big, we talk about what's the big story of the week. The big story of the week, the year and a half, is that the President of the United States is delusional. That's the story. So, yeah, you can make fun of him and you can angst over what he does on a daily basis, but the only solution to this is to neuter him like a cat. Okay? So in November, if you are voting Democrat, I have a lot of liberal friends. I guess if you're casting a vote for this crew in any way, shape, or form, whether it be local, whether it be state, federal, you are voting against yourself. You're voting to hurt yourself and your family. Do you not understand that? People in the ghettos of Chicago, do you not see the dead people in the street? What is wrong with you? So I think now the angst has to turn onto the American people. We know Biden is delusional. He thinks the border's secure. He doesn't believe that we're in a recession. He'll never believe it, okay? We know the press is corrupt. There's no two sides to that story. They just ignore important situations that make the Biden administration look bad. They just won't report it. That's corruption. We know all that. But the American people who continue to vote for progressive Democrats, they're responsible. It's you. Now, I don't want to cause... Go ahead.
I just want to I want to change the subject here for a second. I want to ask you about the Jim Jordan revelation. Jim Jordan said yesterday in exclusive from Fox News that a new whistleblower has come out and revealed the push by the FBI to pad domestic terrorism data. Now, this is something that I told the American people about 6 months ago, that they had actually, if you looked at the data of white nationalist crime and violence, they were actually going into the prisons and taking the Klan members and the white nationalists in prison, and they were counting the times that there were fights. Yeah. So now it comes out.
Okay, number one.
Right. Wait. Now,
go ahead.
Okay, hang on just a second, because I want to make sure that, because most people haven't heard this story yet.
I didn't hear
He also says that the FBI officials are pressuring the agents to reclassify cases as domestic violent extremists, even if the cases don't meet the criteria for such classification. Given the narrative pushed by the Biden administration that domestic violent extremism is the greatest threat surrounding our country, revelation that the FBI may be actually artificially padding domestic terrorism data is scandalous. These whistleblowers are saying, I can't take what the FBI is doing anymore. These are FBI agents that are saying they're told to take the case that they're working on and find a way to make it a violent white nationalist terrorist activity.
Okay, I hadn't heard that. Number one, did Jim Jordan, who announced that he wear a sweatshirt, his attire has been disintegrating here.
I don't.
At first he had a tie. Now he's kind of in a sweatshirt. Right. I don't know. Next he'll be in a muscle tee. But anyway,
I don't care what he wears.
Is anybody surprised by what you just told everybody? Look, let's just walk through it very methodically. Merrick Garland, what's the biggest threat to the United States? White national supremacist terrorism. He said it on the record. Christopher Wray, FBI chief, works for Garland, okay? Has to do what Garland says, or Biden, who doesn't even know where the FBI building is, would appoint another FBI chief, because he could get fired any second. So it comes down to the FBI agents. Yeah, let's gin this up. Yeah, these people in Idaho, they're going to blow up something. Okay. So it's all true. It's all true. I did a special this week on BillO'Reilly.com called Defending America. Okay, off Killing the Killers, because that is the ultimate book on terrorism. We're okay internationally. But because of the open border, it's a growing threat from the jihadists, because they can get through easy, all right, to do some bad things in the United States. The Biden administration doesn't, the jihadists are coming in with fentanyl now. They're making a lot of money, and it's just ridiculous. But anyway, I did a whole hour on it. And it's absolutely true. The diversion into, these white supremacists, these are the guys. What are they? I mean, do you know any, Beck? I mean, I'm in New York. No. I don't know any white supremacists. Do you?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, I don't.
And you're up in Idaho and in Texas, where I guess
that's right.
They are, right? Aren't they there?
Yeah, there are some. No, they are. There are some white supremacist groups, but they are nowhere near the biggest threat to the country. They are a problem, and as things get worse and worse, I think more and more people will look for somebody who's willing to do something, and unfortunately, history tells us they will look to radicals. And so they could become dangerous, but not the most dangerous in our country. There are problems, and they've been there forever. Let me change the subject here. One more question on one more story I want your comment on before I take a break, and that is China. China's leader has just said to Biden, with the Pelosi Taiwan trip, those who play with fire will perish. They are saying that they will see this as hostile. This is something highly unusual. Usually our people go over to countries like Taiwan, and then the trip is announced after they leave the country.
Okay.
Now we can't back down, can we? Or should we?
This is what I want to see. I want Pelosi to go over to China, and I want one of the Chinese spies in Taiwan, and believe me, they're a legion, to put marijuana oil in her bag. And then she'd be arrested and held, okay, for months. Wouldn't that be good?
Right.
That'd be a positive. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Yeah. Kudlow said it last night. Kudlow said, look, if Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House of Representatives, wants to visit a country and we have business with that country, high-tech business, chip business, then she should go. And if they don't like it in Beijing, they don't like it. But, to cower before them, obviously this is a test. This is what they do, these totalitarians. What Hitler did, it's what Mussolini did. They push and see how far and see how scared you are. They're the bullies.
So the solution to me on this was to not announce it until you've left. That way you accomplish what you want, and they don't have time to say, don't you dare come. This is just poor. That's the way we always do it.
Yeah,
that's the way we always
do business as usual. I'm going to cede your point that it would have been better if Pelosi just went over there and brought her husband so he could buy Taiwanese stocks while he was
we
there.
Cannot take it. But we cannot take a hit by backing out now.
I
think that would send the wrong message.
And the other message you can't send is that Mr. Pelosi can't rent a car in Taiwan.